back again, and this is the continuation of our interview. I have my two classmates here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Miss Dawn and
hi, Dawn.
Joy.
Joy, hi, Joy. Joy is a very popular name in the Philippines. Okay.
So,
Very good.
Yes.
Gerard, continue about the president.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so I feel like I said all there is need, my opinion on Donald Trump. I felt that he should not close the government. It's an easy thing to open up. He should open up the government, and whatever it is, decision that he needs to make about rebuilding a wall, because it's all about a wall, that he can still do it. You know, but the government opens up because it's hurting a lot of people. Over 80,000 people are hurting and not getting paid because of the stubbornness between the leaders of my country's government. President Duterte, your president, was the main reason why I came to the Philippines, because I liked his stand on drugs. I liked how he was heavy-handed about wanting to rid the Philippines of drugs. Some people feel he's gone too far. You know, the police are killing drug dealers or drug users. I'm sure some of you sitting here may have had an experience or something like that may have happened to a family member. But I look at it as I see him arresting policemen. I see him arresting barangay captains. I see him arresting mayors. I see him arresting high officials, because his opinion is that if you're not doing nothing to stop the drugs in your area, then you are protecting them. And if you're protecting them, you got to go. In my country, the drugs are so bad that people are just dropping dead in the street with this new drug called fentanyl. I know that since I've been in the Philippines, almost 2 years, no one has not come to me and say, Gerard, you want to buy some drugs? Gerard, you want some marijuana? Gerard, you want some cocaine? No one has. And because of that fact, because drugs are out of my life, I am able to be today the best I can be today. You see? Because that's what your president wants you to grow up and being the best you can be. And the best you can be means take away the things that are in your life that can harm you. So yes, I really, you know, some people say he's, you know, I watched the interview once where an American journalist raised his hand and asked President Duterte a question. He says, sir, what about the human rights violation of you killing drug dealers or you doing this? And President Duterte said, what about in your country, where you have police are killing unarmed black people? You're shooting them in the back. No weapons, no nothing. You're killing blacks for no reason at all. He says, before you come to my country and talk about human rights, you should ask about your country. You see, which makes a lot of sense. So to answer your question, little girl, yes, I live under two presidents. I'm glued to the TV about what President Trump is doing, but I'm also glued to the newspaper to know what your president is doing and what happens here in the Philippines. Remember, wherever you go, you should always read the newspaper, at least the first 3 pages every 3 or 4 days, so you know what's happening. You know what laws are changing. You know where you can get help. So it's very important that you always stay informed. Next question. That was a good question, little girl. Thank you for asking it.
Can you tell us about what is RNA and DNA?
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. I forgot you had asked that question. RNA and DNA. Okay. You know, you're talking to somebody who's not. I'm a done to that. You know, but I'll give you the best explanation I can. DNA is the substance, I guess, that makes you who you are. It's your veins. It's your cells. It's your nerves. It's your blood. It's these things that make you up who you are. And it's your DNA that makes you individuals. There was a time they used to try to solve crime by looking at your hair. They take your take your hair and had two hairs matched from a crime scene, this scene, and said, oh, you're guilty, your hair matched. But they found out that that was wrong, that you can't judge from that. But with DNA, 199.9.9.9%, yes, it is definite, because we all have our own DNA. Yes, and it's your DNA that helps develop in who you are. Even as in a fetus, your DNA tells you to grow a hand, grow ears. I maybe stretch it a little bit, but your DNA is one thing's for sure, that it's the most important thing in your body, that who you are, it's your DNA. And it's your DNA that you're going to carry on to your child when you have a baby. It's your husband's DNA that's going to carry on to your child. And between those two DNAs, then that's what's going to make up your baby. You see what I'm saying? So DNA is very important. Okay. Thank you, guys.
A lot of foreigners that come in the Philippines.
Oh, right. Oh, what is RNA? Oh, let me tell you what RNA is. Okay, I don't know much about RNA, but let me tell you what RNA is. Okay, RNA, she's adorable, RNA has a lot to do with your environment. Like for instance, you have a black bear, you have a brown bear, and you have a white bear. Black and brown bear live in hot climates because the black, it's like a silk screen, like black skin. Africa, it's black because the sun, it acts as a silk screen. Some of you are dark, some of you are light because of your genetics, your DNA that makes you have light skin, dark skin. But the darker the skin you are, the more protected you are from sunlight. That's like in Alaska or in cold climates like in Arctic, you have white bears. You have what kind of bears? Polar bears. Because polar bears they don't have as much sun. They don't need that much heat. It's cold there. So, there's no need for them to have dark fur. So that's what makes them white. That's their RNA from where they're from. You have some sharks that are blind, way down in the deepest part of the ocean, where the sunlight doesn't hit. And guess what? They got no eyes. They got no eyes. They move from sonar. They eat from nerve, from feeling like this. Why? Because they don't need eyes. Why? Because no light comes down. You have different primates, like gorillas, and you have chimpanzees, and you have spider monkeys. Gorilla doesn't swing from tree to tree like what it's too big. It might do a little bit of tree, so as a result, it eats a lot of roughers on the ground and what it can reach, like this. That's the RNA for that gorilla. But for other monkeys who swing from tree to tree to tree, they develop long arms and they develop long tails because it's often a form of defense, being able to get away from possible threat, harm and what have you. So it develops an escape, yes, extended limbs and what have you. You have some fish that now eat birds. You have fish that walk on the ground. Getting back to this whole topic, which is about evolution. I mean, some people feel science says that we start from a cell. But eventually that cell, developed into a worm. Like an amoeba, I think called amoeba, like things like this. A single cell worm. And that single cell worm developed into eyes on a fish. And now that fish is developed into a frog. And then now it's crawling on the ground, and now it's a lizard. It's a snake. And then now, evolution. Which brings us back to what we talk about, evolution. Now it has developed into a different type of creature. So that's RNA. RNA has a lot to do with your environment, on how you develop certain characteristics in order to survive. Because the main thing is about survival. That's what we're all here. We're all here to survive. You have two functions, and that's to either appropriate. Appropriate means to carry on your species. Carry on species means to have a baby, have a family, do this. And then you have another, survival. Survival means in order for you to be alive, you do whatever it takes. You know, you kill, you push, you know, because why? Because you got to survive. You got to eat, you got to sustain. So some creatures, it's all about survival, you know. For some, it's about appropriation. That's why we have love, we have family, we have growth like this. So you see? So that's what that, okay. Next question.
A lot of foreigners that come in the Philippines looking for a wife. Do you plan to find your wife when you are looking?
I can't believe you asked that question. She asked me, a lot of foreigners come to the Philippines and look for wives or what have you. Well, you know, without going into a lot of details, honestly, I come to the Philippines for three also reasons. I come to get my glasses, my new glasses, to get my teeth fixed, which I did, and have a baby. Yes, yes. So I'm here in the Philippines because I like to have another child. I like to have an opportunity to have unconditional love. You see, that's the love that a child and the love we have as parents, you can't take that away. You know, they can develop in whatever it is, but you still have that unconditional love. I think it may be